right, so who hates mushrooms like me? I would say for my entire life until maybe this past little while, last maybe year or 2 or 3 or something, I've started to tolerate some mushrooms and a few things. And then this summer, seriously, I'm really getting over mushrooms, my dislike of them. I even made a raw pizza, and my choice of toppings were red onions, arugula, and mushrooms. And I dehydrated it, and it was so amazing. I need to make another one of those. But I'm discovering how potent and fabulous mushrooms are for your health. So if you aren't already a fan of mushrooms, you may want to try some extract of mushrooms. Check this out. And let's see, it's going to be all backwards. So I meant to change my camera. Okay, there. Here you go. Here's one for you. Reishi. This is an extract of the reishi mushroom, so it's much easier to add to things this way. You don't have the texture. It really doesn't have any kind of mushroom flavor to it at all. It has a very strong flavor, so you use a tiny little bit of it, but not like a mushroom. And this is like the mushroom of spiritual immortality. It's like one of the balm, as it is for mushrooms, is reishi. And then there's a few other ones, of course, too. But try some extracts. You can find them online. Some health food stores will have them. What I'm doing tonight with them is making sauerkraut. So I want to share this with you real fast since I just finished putting it together, and I'm going to put the lid on it and put it in the pantry so it can ferment. So let's see if I can do this. Here it is. This is 6 pounds of sauerkraut and 2 red onions, and it doesn't look like much. It was like two solid heavy heads of cabbage, and I bought this jar originally to make sauerkraut in, and this is all the space that it takes up. You know, I'm like, I've never been able to fill this jar, and I've never been really good at making sauerkraut, so this is new for me too, to get good at it. So I'm excited about it. I made some kimchi the other day using individual mason jars, did like 3 different mason jars. I thought, well, let me try putting it in here, see how this goes. This has 3 teaspoons of this, and what is recommended, or it's said that because the sauerkraut is going to be so strong, you can hide mushroom flavor in it. So we'll see how that ends up. But I'll tell you right now, it is so amazing. I could just eat it as it is, just like this. Like, give me a dish of this, and I will eat it. The flavor is phenomenal. All it has is the red onion, the sauerkraut, the 3 teaspoons of the reishi extract. I did some shakes of cayenne pepper, just till it kind of looked good, and then I did 2 teaspoons of turmeric powder. And, it is freaking phenomenal. This flavor is so good. So could you imagine after it sits here for like 2, 3, 4, 5 days, whatever, ferments, how good it's gonna be? So I have this, I kind of pushed it all down in here, and I kind of put this in here to weight it a little bit to try and keep it. You want to keep the sauerkraut under the liquid. So it's mostly covered. Let's see if I can do it like this so you can see. It's kind of like mostly covered. But I may have to like come in and push it down a little bit here or there and see. And then I'm just going to put a towel over top of it. It says not to seal it. So it says use a rubber band, but I don't have this big of a rubber band. So I'm just going to lay a towel over top of it and drape it. And we're going to see how it goes. But I got the recipe from this book, which really inspired me on my whole mushroom thing. Healing Mushrooms. Found it just looking at the health food books at the bookstore. I love the bookstore, okay? Do you guys go to the bookstores? I think bookstores are amazing. They're kind of like libraries too. You just see randomness. You can look in certain sections and stuff, but you just find random books that you're not necessarily looking for, and I think that is so cool. I stumbled across this. And this book, you can see I've got all these little posties in it, all the recipes that I want to make. Oh my gosh, there's some good stuff in there. There's a bunch of recipes and a lot of information on how it works. how the mushrooms work, like what the benefits are of them and all. I think he focuses on, what was it, 10 mushrooms, 50 recipes, some drink recipes, the sauerkraut recipe, some recipes that using the actual real mushrooms. Like I made this one with shiitake mushrooms. It was so good. Just a lot of seasoning and marinade going on, and it was like, okay, I can eat this. So it's a new experience for me to be trying this out. I'm starting to really like some of the flavors. The texture, still got to be careful with, like those like white button mushrooms or whatever they put generally on pizzas. Never been a fan of that. That texture is just not so good. And sometimes I take the ribs out. Like I started taking the ribs out of the baby bellas or the big portobello mushrooms. I would just scrape out the ribs, and that helped too. It helped it not be so mushroomy. So there's a couple tips for you if you're not real keen on mushrooms, how to get started with them. Try something like this too, because it just soaks into all the flavor. And honestly, this is a phenomenal flavor. So wish me luck. Hopefully this will turn out. I mean, seriously, even if it does, I could eat it like this. But what I don't want to have happen is that it gets ruined. Like it, I don't know, gets mold or, you know, something on it. So I hope none of that happens. But anyway, check this book out if you want to know more about mushrooms. If you want this recipe, let me know. I can post it. It's super simple. And there you have it. Learning to love mushrooms. It's been another side benefit of this health journey that I've been on, and really excited for all that mushrooms can do for you. I had no idea all of the cool things that they did for you. The nature's original superfood. Potent adaptogens are, it's crazy what they're able to do. Boost immunity, restore hormonal balance, tame inflammation, and loads more. So reishi is really popular, and then chaga, however you say that, if I'm saying it right, but that's like the king of mushrooms, and I haven't done anything with that one yet, but there you have it. So part of your daily wellness regimen should be mushrooms. So I will be back another time to tell you how this recipe turns out. But like I said, if you want to know the recipe, I can post that for you real quick, or the more details about the book if you want to see the official title and also. But there you have it. Here's to loving mushrooms. Bye for now.